Thanks for stopping into the 420 Tarot Lounge. My name's Friday, your reader and host. If I get a little personal during this video, it's because I am trying to exercise some shadows, I guess, and so we'll see how that will affect the reading here. My readings are timeless and for entertainment purposes only. So if you want to watch a tarot reader break down, possibly keep watching, because this is reality. Okay, Sovereign, we are looking for sign, signal, or noise for our collective here that's decided to join me here on this video. Eight of Wands, Karma. Let's see how fast that karma is going to be, eh? Two of Cups. So this could be oh, there's two cards here. We've got the Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. The Fool. The Seven of Pentacles. And the Knight of Cups. Okay, so when, like I said, I was in the tower. Okay, wow. So when I said that I was having a bit of a personal crisis, I guess. It's more of, sorry, I have to take my glasses off. It's more of a when you allow people to, how can I put this? When you're in a room, every person in that room is a family member, except for one, two maybe, like spouses or that kind of thing. Maybe they're a friend of the family, and one of your family members, immediate family members, is speaking to a non-family member, and they tell that non-family member that they accept gifts and things from you, but once you leave, or once they've left where you are, they get rid of it. So that is the type of energy that I'm feeling right now, to bring that in. And I know this from experience. So I think that's why I have that, that's the energy that's coming through me. So I think that there's going to be some kind of confrontation. Now, I know that the Two of Cups is like a connection, all that kind of thing. But I think that there is some kind, you're going to experience some kind of breakdown. And I don't mean a mental breakdown or an emotional breakdown. What I mean is something is going to come to a head, and it's going to bring a lot of truth, a lot of clarity, a lot of things are going to be exposed. I think that at the moment, you're maybe not thinking about it. You're maybe not, maybe it hasn't even crossed your mind. But it feels like it's like something gets said, and it's a trigger. Okay. So to either to bring, it's a trigger to bring on a negative response. That's what this tower is all about. And there's the Ten of Cups underneath, so it's definitely close, as close as family that this is happening with. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There's going to. I almost feel like it's even like at this particular event that it's not just like let's just say hypothetically you and your spouse, and then your brother and their spouse, or your sister and their spouse, whatever, having dinner. I this feels to me like there's like the main part of your family is there in this instance. It doesn't have to go badly. Um, I'm getting like remain calm. I'm surprised the temperance card's not here. I'm getting remain calm, and it may not turn out the way you want to, but there will be a, I'm not going to say happy ending. I'm going to say an ending that you would be comfortable with. Okay. And like I said, it's as close as family. I want to get these cards out here. I still have the, I feel like the same way I did when I encountered the similar sort of kind of thing. The Chariot, the Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords there. Okay, so there's quite a few cards here. The Five of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Six of Swords. There's two travel cards there. The Four of Swords and the Two of Wands. Wow, I got exactly seven cards there already. Perfect. And the High Priestess is so trust your sovereign, right? Like sovereign is the ruler of all. And when the High Priestess comes up, that is your intuition. It's sovereign is giving you your intuition. Sovereign is providing you with that gift. That is the underlying energy for these cards. And it feels to me, though, that, like I said, it's going to be an ending that you're comfortable. It may not be a happy ending, but it's going to be an ending that you're comfortable with. And this is where it gets a little emotional. Um, I think once things are being exposed, and I think that there could be a little bit of heartbreak, a little bit of this chariot to me. Normally, it means travel, moving forward. But in this context, I'm feeling this as we've opened up the can of worms. Now we've got to deal with it. Um, I feel like there's going to be things said. I think that there could even be like insults hurled. Um, People are going to have, um, so say somebody says something really nasty. I don't think you're going to want to be able, I think you're going to hold a grudge. At the same time, I think that you're going to take the opportunity to rub things into their face. So, I mean, this is where it can get nasty. And I feel like there's I feel as though you should. Okay, so I mean, normally this would be sailing on from rough waters into calm water. I'm seeing this as take the high ground, take the high ground, okay? And don't stoop. Say your piece, but don't stoop to any level of, like if they kind of say, give you a smirk or something like that, you can say, you can go ahead, smirk, do whatever you like. Don't get angry. Just validate their reaction. Don't react to it, validate their reaction. Again, my readings are timeless and for entertainment purposes only. So there's like like keep yourself keep yourself dedicated to yourself. And that's my tummy. If you heard that, I do apologize. And the op you can either this here. I'm kind of with the high priestess there. I'm seeing this like use your intuition and decide whether or not you want to write these people off, like never talk to them again, whatever, or you can decide to just visit with them on holiday, or just or on like Thanksgiving, Easter, whatever, right? If you do in fact celebrate those. The world, I just heard the world is your oyster. So I don't know where that's coming from. Okay. The world is your oyster. It feels to me as though um, whatever it is that's been happening that makes the trigger happen, or whatever or like there's all kinds of things happening, and then finally the straw that broke the camel's back kind of deal. Um, none, everything that you've witnessed and your recollection of it is spot on. Again, my readings are timeless and for entertainment purposes only. This is just what I'm getting from the cards here, and I'm getting that from these two knight of swords. They are saying to me, You are clear. You are clear-minded. You are. You don't want fluff. You don't want lies. You are continually looking for truth. Like, when people are having conversations and, they take, they caught a fish this big, but they say it was this big. Um, you're more in tune with that type of deception. So what you're witnessing, or what how you witness it in your recollection of it, it appears as though it's like Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory. It's like eidetic memory, or whatever you want to call that. Maybe not that um, pronounced, but it's your memory is very sharp. Yeah. So what we had asked for a sign and a warning. Okay, so there's your sign, and your warning here is that things could get messy. Things could get. Someone might say, "Oh, you open the can of worms now, and then everything just flies out." Right? And that in itself can be very it can make you feel taken aback. It can make you on the defense, and then your tongue gets sharp, right? And then you're going to be oh yeah, blah 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 blah, and maybe you one up them. You know what I mean? But I think the it feels as though the advice here is to take the high ground. Don't stoop to their level. Stay Use their words against them. Don't get excited. Stay calm. And for some reason here, I'm getting the world is your oyster. Or you are, regardless of how this turns out, you are, you're not fortunate. You are, something is, there's something great for you. The world is your oyster. Okay. I think I want clarity on that. What about you guys? I think so. We're going to pull, what am I going to use? Oh, I'm going to use my Galactic Star. Galactic Star is what they're called. I need to get one of those camera holders that mount onto the end of the desk, because currently it's on a tripod, and when I want to reach over to the other side, I have to kind of scooch around the tripod, and it's becoming a pain in the butt. Anyway, so we've got 7 of discs, which is the 7 of pentacles, and the Knight of Swords again. Oh my gosh. Like, 7 of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Again, that's 3 Knight of Swords. I'm afraid to pick up another one. So you are, what is going to make you happy and comfortable, I feel like, is working towards the truth, understanding, maybe even being more, working on being more in each other's lives, in your family lives. Maybe this is part of the problem too. There is so much, maybe there's so much distance between you, and then doing this, there's so much distance between you that it's hard to even know each other. It's hard to get to know what the other person, like sometimes brothers will drift apart. I mean, they're still brothers, they still see each other, blah, 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 but they don't hang out, right? I'm going to stereotype a little bit. Like most men, they like to tinker in the garage with a car, say, or watch sports on a Sunday. The lovers. Okay. Okay. So play, this is going to sound a little cliche, but play your cards. Play your cards where you are, and we have 7 of Wands on the bottom. Protect your peace. Protect your peace. So I feel like there's, so I was saying, like, you know, they like to sit down for sports or whatever, but then all of a sudden, you know, they're married, they have their own families, blah, 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 but the two brothers don't get together anymore. And then they start to drift apart, and then maybe one does something a little strange, and then the other one gets mad. You know what I mean? And then because if they had stayed close, that one little thing would have been brought up right away and nipped in the bud. They're brothers, right? And now, I mean, it sounds silly, but that those types of things do happen. I feel if you play your cards, like I said, the world is your oyster. So you could, I feel like you could attempt to rectify the relationships, but you don't want any deception. Or you will insist on honesty. How's that? You will insist on honesty. So another part of this is, instead of using negative words, like while you're handling things like this, instead of using negative words, so I will not tolerate deception. You could say, I will only tolerate honesty. Right? So it's more, it has a more positive, upbeat, not upbeat, but more, you know, it's okay, right? Whereas I won't tolerate deception, it's like you're talking down to them, right? So you want to keep it level, even. And approaching these things as adults, because I feel like I said, I feel like there's more than one family member, or more than one in that group that have used you somehow, or took advantage somehow. They may not even realize that they've done it, but this trigger is going to make you recognize it. And I, when that happens, recognize it. Take a moment. Don't open your mouth right away. Take a moment, process it, and then say, well, you know what? And then say it. Or you can say, you know, I'd like to speak to you about this sometime in private, like if it's a one-on-one thing, right? That needs to take place. But wow, like I said, it feels like, it feels like you feel as though you're estranged, maybe estranged from the family, or estranged from your closest friends, something like that. But like I said, it's because they are being charitable to you, and then stabbing you in the back. Or no, they're allowing you to be charitable to them, and then they're stabbing you in the back. So that is that's the, I don't know what you call that, scenario, synopsis, whatever, that I kind of see this happening. And depending on how you handle yourself will depend on it could be explosive and you may not speak again. Or you can, I keep hearing use their words against them, like as they're speaking, or if they do a smirk or something like that, you say, yeah, I see you smirking, whatever. This is blah, 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 blah. Point it out, because sometimes that will snap them. That kind of is almost like a little mini slap in the face, if I can say that. But anyway, that's just my ramblings on that. But just be adult about it, and be a positive. You want positive results. So in order to get positive results, you've got to behave positive. Now, that doesn't mean that you got to get tracked all over again. It just means that when you bring up issues, or something happened, or whatever, that you approach it on a more positive note, so that they can see that you're not being bitter. Okay? And I think that that's going to actually bring, like, I know this is the Lover's card and everybody says, oh, that's romance. But it's more, in this context for me, this is more of a graduation from the Two of Cups. That, yeah, okay, there's a clash between close hearts with this Tower. This, for me, is a reunification, providing you play your cards right. Okay, and like I said, it feels to me, if you want to have this to continue, which I feel like you do. This is your only family, or some kind. This is like your only connection. I feel like, um, besides your work friends and all that. But like this Seven of Pentacles is saying, you've got to be diligent. You've got to not. You can't procrastinate. Okay, you can't procrastinate, because the longer you let it go, the harder it is, or the more explosive it can be, right? The more extreme it would be. Okay, so I'm going to close this off now. I have given you the advice to stay positive, and when bringing things to light or asking about things, you ask about them in a positive manner. That will you'll get your answer, and it will keep them on a positive instead of going on to a defensive foot. And just say, I will only tolerate honesty, or I will, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. I'm blown away. Okay, so my name's Friday. This is the 420 Tarot Lounge. Oh, and protect your peace. This is the 420 Tarot Lounge, and if you appreciate, or if you, I do appreciate each and every viewer. So if you're enjoying my interpretation of the cards, please pass that puff, give a like, subscribe, help me grow my channel, help me get out there. YouTube keeps changing the rules on all kinds of different things. I don't have any idea what the rules are anymore, so I'm flying by the seat of my pants. That's generally how I roll. Namaste.